Hello, hello, good afternoon. Welcome to another ES Futures trading stream. Um, it has been a really nice day. This is a really interesting, beautiful day to watch if you're not doing anything here. But it has been a really nice day here. Probably many people, if you don't have an idea of what's going on, this day would be a really hard day to trade. Many people would have get caught short here, or being constantly whipsawed by this market. Right? There was an really important clue here that came from the opening of the week and the overnight here. I'm going to use here. I am. Why I'm testing Sierra relative to window. I got window trader here on the left. I think window trader is a fantastic software. One of the best. I think it's the best software here. But Sierra is really close. Alright, really close. Yeah, actually, I am amazed. I was surprised to find some advantages that Sierra may have over window. I'm going to tell you what the things. One of the things, for example, I got this very elongated. I can make this profile look like this, right? I can extend this. I can extend here, right? And I will lose sight of this, right? If in window I try to fit this into the screen, I don't see anything here, right? I need to increase this, deeply here, and have to have good memory to remember where these things is, right? These things are. Sierra, the disadvantage of Sierra, the con of Sierra is not user friendly. Right? You have the Leland curve is big here. I have spent, believe it or not, to have these two charts here the one you see here. I spent more than 100 hours the past 2 weeks trying to configure these things. But look at this, right? This is beautiful here. Now, you can have a really nice look of the profile and expanded profile. The overnight here, I can open the overnight. The blocks I can open this profile here, the overnight profile here, and this is, look at it. And on top of that, I can have this. The advantage of trade window is I can have this cut to show only one data, which is the one that really matters, right? That's the other ones that they don't matter really. But having these old things here, it doesn't hurt, right? But what I pay more attention is just to this one. What is doing now, for example, right? But to keep things in context, I have here, for example, I have been noticing this, where this market is being bought, right? Just check this out. Halbach is up here, this one. This is manually, I had to put this manually in Sierra, but it is automatic on window. Notice where this rally came from Halbach, exactly from Halbach. Actually, I'm going to label that as a Halbach. Halbach daily, this one. This late rally is coming from Halbach, exactly in the same fashion as, I don't have it here. Let me I have it here. It's same as it happened Friday. There was a big selling that started from exactly from half back. Now we're having this from the lower side. Let me copy this, copy and move drawing. I'm going to move drawing to this low here, right? This one here. This one. Yeah. Let me lock this drawing and let me save chart. Let me save the chart. Oh shit! What the heck happened here? What the heck happened here? Oh. Open chart book. As you can see, I am still learning this thing. Let's see if it was saved, that little thing in there. Yeah, it was saved. I didn't mean to close it, my bad. Okay, this is, I'm just talking about the functionalities of these two charting platforms. I still believe Windows is better. Look at this. Look at this. This is something I cannot see here. Oh yeah, I can. Look at this. Look at what we have here in this period. I don't know what periods is. I don't care. But notice the volume that comes here. Really huge volume. But relative to what, right? Relative to all these things, right? Now we have something very similar happening here as well. In the current period, I have here this is the delta. Let me see if I have here open chart book or cancel. Again, I don't know what open chart book. Futures, I guess, well, what is that delta? Open. Let me see if I can find it here. Let me see if I can see that number. Oh, beautiful. Right here. Look at this. Oh no, this is high volume here. It has really high volume here too, in the delta. This is negative, this is positive here. Can you see the difference there? Okay, never mind. Remove chart from no, come on, man. Close chart book. No. Market profile. Yeah, this is what I want. Okay. But this is the thing. Right? There is something here, right? There is something here, very mechanical. This is very mechanical. What I am thinking here, what I am paying more attention here in this market is that the fact that we have this formation on the lower side. This is a 45. You can see this is a 45-degree line has formed in this market, and this is the advantage. Look, I am starting to love this Sierra charts as well. I cannot see that good here in window, but I can see it better here, right? You can see this. What is happening here? Market is coming back, is being picked up from here and trying to rally from this area, right? If there is no upside extension here, there's no upside extension. This high is not taking a part, maybe part of this gap is not closed. This is the risk here to the lower side is huge here. There is no reason today, I didn't find any reason today to sell this market. Okay? And that comes from the overnight. Believe it or not, from the overnight. There was an absolute killer opening here, about 150 points, something like that, right? And stopping being bought exactly at 5,000 when it opened. We talked about that in the last video. I guess I did and a special video Saturday regarding these levels and what happened here during the overnight. I was watching this during the overnight, and it really gives you some good information forward, looking when I look forward or towards the, the regular trading hours here. What was that? And that was a rotation. The possibility that this market may have some rotation and even some short covering and some short covering here. And what I have seen so far is short covering. This is a short covering day. Inventory has got crazy short, and some rebalancing happens. Markets rarely rarely go straight down, straight up. Okay. That being said, let's take a look. This is part of the homework. Right? I already did this. I did this over the weekend. Actually, let me call Discord. That is, it's going to be easier here because I already have it here. One of the things that I did is I added the yearly time frame here. And I have noticed these highs. Look at these highs here. This is 22, 23, 21, 22, 23, or 20, 21, 22, 23, oh no, 24, 23, 22, 21. Look at what happened here in this area. This is a 3-year range here. That odds that this was something, I mean, that's weird. That was weird to begin with. Okay, and move that into the monthly, and we have a range here. It's a clearly range here between the 48.50 and 48. Probably the 48 at the feels stop here. And why? Because that is the year. I mean the high of last year. That's last year high. And the market coming all the way down to here. We talk about also about the 5,000. How weird that this breakout was. This 5,000, and the market has retraced the whole year. All the advance that this market has last year is gone. Right? And remember, to have a picture of this, you have to remember what happened here. What everybody was talking here. Everybody was expecting a recession here. Everybody was pessimistic about the market, about the economy here. Look what happened. Right? It's just, markets are just like that, man. You never know what is going to happen. Right? And here is when hedge funds with bigger money were caught underinvested. We talk a lot about that. Right? But that is just to have an idea what to expect or what to see or what to look, not to expect. I guess expect is a wrong choice of words, or it's a wrong choice of word, is what to see or what to look for, right? Because we don't have anything here. I still have this 15%, 17%, 17.5, 20% pullbacks from previous high. Those are my only reference on the lower side. I don't have nothing else. Got the daily here. Right, there's a 5,000 here. This last year high, previous last year high. All right. I apologize if you hear anything in the background. Those are my kids that are in spring break, and it's amazing. What's amazing? How volume increased on Friday, really high. And to open the session, I guess I'm going too fast through these things. It's very elongated in the lower side. This break is not just long liquidation, significant gaps above. The intraday short covering has been virulent when it happened. Well, what is next here? I think this is, I close my homework with this. Well, what's next? I don't know. What remains is the same mental process. The same. All guidelines remain unchanged, and in the current circumstances, inventory still gets too long and too short. And this leads to rebalancing as in any other regular circumstances. My focus is the intraday, while I keep track of the surrounding circumstances around the intraday session. What are these surrounding circumstances? Everything that is being spoken out there, the recession fears, the consumer sentiment, all of the things are just the surrounding circumstances of what I try to do in the intraday here. VIX is crazy high. VIX is 44, was about 50, I guess, sometime during the day. And the dynamics of the market remain the same. And that's why I keep that title in the stream, Market Dynamics. The market dynamics, the dynamics of the market remain the same. You can see here, trades getting long. It is crazy how to see this, right? Being this short, being the market this low, how inventory can get too short at these levels. Isn't that crazy? Right? We are here. Let me highlight this. We are way low here. And inventory getting long at these levels is just some thoughts that are sometimes are just hard to have, right? Hard to picture that the inventory can get too long, being the market or the prices being too low. Right? It is crazy. That's crazy. Now, yeah, I'm going to take a little thing here. I'm going to do something else before continues here. I'm gonna show also, what the other markets are doing. Now you're gonna see. This is very interesting as well. No, crude coming down this much this fast is something else. Okay, this is a world fearing recession here. Right, that's one thing. Dollar is having a good recovery. This can be a shake off of the weak longs here. Gold markets are always forward looking here. The fact is that gold is having this kind of liquidation here makes me wonder, right? If the worst is over. There is a range here. There's a range here. The market might find some support, some kind of range here, around this range. And the next thing that's very interesting here is the bond market. Look at the break this market has. It has an impressive rally here. Impressive covering. We talk about this, how weak, how very risky the longs here are, but it's just doing that. The market is just rallying, leaving these lows, this kind of levels behind. Market may come back and check, maybe come back close to the 100, maybe a little lower, and then come back again to this range. Who knows? I have no idea. But this is very crazy, very uncertain times. I don't know about that. And the other thing is, and this is the next thing for the market now, which is earnings. Earnings session is coming, and these are big tech basically. They have Apple, Alphabet, Amazon, Microsoft, Nvidia, Tesla, Meta, and Netflix here. The first thing you notice is the impressive break, right? The liquidation. This gap has been closed in Apple, for example. Right? Not crazy to see the gap has been closed and trading around those things. This gap from what year? I guess it's 23. Has been closed in Google. Don't have more here, but you can see. I have an idea what is happening here. Markets were overvaluated. This is something here, and you can see that this one here, this one here, this one here, this one here may have found some kind of level where two-way trade can take place. Market may have found a range. I'm not saying that's going to come back. It's very rare to have V markets, right? So that's something I don't expect. The Fed also don't have the tools now to inject money in the same without causing a work in the economy as they did 4 or 5 years ago during COVID, right? And something that I wouldn't touch with a 10 feet pole is Tesla. Tesla is just, man. Tesla is holding tight here. Then this is for me there is a possibility here. I give some odds for this market actually rallying here, but I would I think that would be very misleading, right? Very misleading here. As if you can see, this is the only one. This is the only one that hasn't had a serious liquidation here. Really, really here. It's just flickering around this support area around the 200 thing. Fair price for this stock. I have said in the past, I guess it's 50 bucks will be way overvalued for Tesla. I guess price range should be around 20, 15, something like that. But I am just another crazy person here talking about stocks. I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. For example, this time, this kind of things are, this kind of speculative things. I have sent several friends that are in the crypto. You got to be very careful with these things, right, with crypto, because for me, it's just trash. It's mere speculative asset. It doesn't have any value for me. But that's just an opinion, right? As long as this is good, people will keep buying. But what do you have from that? What do you have out of that? You don't have nothing. You spent $80,000 in Bitcoin, and what do you expect? You are just speculating the market is going to go higher, so you can sell higher. But buying $80,000 worth of stock of Apple, Netflix, or any other company is different. You are becoming owner of something, regardless of what the valuation of that company can be. If you stay long enough there, you will have earnings, you will have all this stuff. And what I want to say is here is earnings are coming. We have earnings coming soon. Actually, as a matter of fact, earnings season is going to kick off this Friday with banks, and I expect volatility here. Right? News. I don't know how the market is going to take this news, but I expect high volatility here in this market throughout the session. Now, another thing for this week, we have FOMC. We have FOMC on Wednesday. Do we? Let me check. Wednesday, yeah, we have FOMC. I cannot see that reflected on my calendar. Why? Oh, see, yeah, we have FOMC on Wednesday, we have GDP on Friday. That number is going to be important. I think the market is going to pay attention to that thing as well. And Thursday, we have CPI. Okay, we have CPI. Labor market is holding tight, is holding steady. GDP, I don't know what's going to happen. GDP is projected to go low. Market is already pricing that. CPI is going to be really important moving forward. What this nonsense tariff nonsense can have, how the nonsense tariffs can impact CPI is something that we got to see. Now, I am doing this stream to highlight, just to say one thing here, and is this: the guidelines, the way or the mindset that I have to see the market, to trade the market, to analyze, to observe the markets are unchanged. They are the same that I have had when the market when the VIX was 14, and when the market was 6,000. It's the same. There's something has changed. There's volatility is very high here. These options last night, they were crazy. The spread was really high here. It was really high. It was 3-4 point spread. Now it's getting tighter as the day is coming to close. It's getting tighter. 1, 12, 13, 2. I mean, it's kind of like a middle now, but it was less than 1 at one point of the day. All right. While the mindset and guidelines remain the same, I need to do some adjustments as well. All right. I need to adjust to what's happening. I need to adjust the volatility here. As I say, from the opening of this stream, this is a day that not a single time I would have sold this market, because the risk of short covering is really present and is really high here in this market. You have seen every time this market has started to short covering, it can, if you have any position there that may have been working to the downside, it will just kill you in less than a second. You will be well underwater here, especially if you are trading futures straight, right? Micros and futures. Options still can feel the damage, but the downside is not a thing to say. Now, and that's because one of the things that the market does, and this is the danger, right? One of the things the market does, the markets sometimes set a tone for the day. Right? And the tone is to the upside now. It's short covering, which weakens the market actually, but that's the tone of the day. It's actually, this area, I don't know, I guess I put it here, right? Before this rally happened. This area here is giving traders a really narrow area to look for risk, to manage the risk here. The market gets away from this area here, that's an out. And I put that here. Right? Before that happened. There was only one opportunity here, really clear, that can be taken advantage, but the mindset, okay? The mindset is unchanged. The guidelines remain unchanged. If there's balance guidelines remain unchanged. Risk of short covering, risk of long liquidation remain unchanged. But everything, all of these guidelines, to use those guidelines, I have to see, okay? I have to see the data. I have to take notes of my observation and use that for my analysis. For my analysis of the market. Okay, to close, let me close these things. To close, look at where the market has closed on Friday, and look where the market is at right now. Right? Markets re-enter this range. That's basically reach the opposite side of the range, which is balanced guidelines. Okay, it doesn't take it out, which in turn targets the opposite side of this range. But it's easy to talk about this when actually has happened. Okay, but the next thing moving forward, which is what if there's somebody watching this, this could be something that most people is interested in, right? Remember, observations. When you do these observations, you may see, you may have these aha moments, right? But it comes with time, and the resolution or the trade that comes out of this observation doesn't necessarily happen the same day, not even the next day, but it's something to keep in mind, right? That you will keep doing observations day after day that will add to what you have observed. Okay, this one is gone. So this one is good. It's not a reference anymore, okay? has been there. Now we have this area here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 wide low. Why is this important? Do you imagine what do we have here below? We have a bunch of stops, right? Now we have another area forming here. It's 2 wide low here. Around what? What do we have there? We have last, right? This is important reference. Saddle. You know, saddle is the same basically. With this volatility of 50%, these two numbers are the same, and this one is exactly last or saddle. Just pick your reference. With this volatility, this is exactly the same. And having a couple ticks away from daily held back here is nothing. This also is a very exact reference. This one here is a very, very exact reference. Who buys from this reference? Who buys from this reference? Who buys from these lows, for example? Right? That's a question I am asking here. Now, the anxiety or the lack of patience, right? A trader that has too much anxiety, a trader that has no patience, will short this market, aiming at the correction of this area here, or this area here, and this area here. I'm not saying it cannot happen, but I am rather be a little bit late, you know, when I see the correction happening, right, than too early, because the tone is to the upside right now. I don't know if it's going to be corrected today. I don't know if this is going to be is going to ever happen. Have no idea. Because remember this. This market is long way down, right? And this is now forming a range, probably is forming a range. This is still one time frame lower. Can you see what's happening? There's no sense to have a long here because the market is standing lower, right? Oh, but you say one thing early, right? Depends on what your time frame is, right? The intraday for today makes no sense for a short. Okay, that's my time frame. If I am bigger time frame trader or positioning myself for future, depending on what time frame I am, well, this will make perfect sense. Can you see that how two very opposite ideas can be right at the same time? Two conflicting thoughts. You know, you must be able to have two conflicting thoughts living in your brain. All right? How is that possible? Well, that's how this business is. That's how this business is. If you are not able to do that, you will have some difficulties navigating these markets. Okay, that's something that we have to learn. Okay, let's close this and come back to this. What's happening now? Yeah. As I say, the overnight gave us some clue for what happened here. It was a really impressive selling. The fact that come back real close to the high, this rally. The next one coming right. And look at this, look at this. And this is something that is, well, this just stop. Yeah? What happened afterwards? Short covering. Market getting too long. Here. And this break here, not being able to take this one and to take this one. And I believe, okay, it is my belief that this is not the low of the market. I'm not saying that that's a fact. I'm not saying the market will come down and check this one, but under the current circumstances, I don't think that we have seen the low yet. We may, but who knows? I don't think so. My mindset, okay, and again, to close again, my mindset helped me to navigate these markets in the way how I look at the markets, putting things in perspective. Okay. The other thing, oh man, there's a lot of things here to talk. sometimes it can be overwhelming when we have too much information, right? Let me remove these things here. Let me show you this. Can you see this volume here? Volume here, volume here, volume here. This is high volume, right? This is high volume. This is a nuance. This is a nuance here. There's another one here. I will show you this one too. But there's tremendous amount of inventory here. Accumulation in weak hands here. And particularly very weird nuance here. Let me show you what I have above. I have put this early as well. This thing, man, this is just. But I think this has been resolved. This is a really a histogram, that a volume that increases in the lower side, volume that increases in the upper side, and a void here. This is a void here that happens, right? The market is showing no interest in trade around this area. Now, so we have the market stopping right here, right around right this level, with a couple nuances here, Now, if the market takes or gets too close to this area again, the thing is that this can't just go to the upper side of this area, because we have seen no interest in the market of trading in this area. We just jump here into this one, right, into this area. That's something, imagining scenarios, imagining possibilities, helps me to get rid of biases. Right? I am, for example, have just talked about how questionable these laws are, but thinking also about this area, right? It's a thought in that directly confront the previous one, so that helps to get rid of bias, right? Because what matters at the end is not what the market will do. It is granted that I will find. I will place a speculative trade. I will measure risk to place a trade, right? But having these two thoughts, one against each other, will help me to fight these biases. I don't know if that's what I want to say. I guess I get caught I am thinking just too much things right now. I apologize if I am being confused. I have talking too much about this nonsense here. But the thing is, gotta remain calm. The way how I face the market is, I found that the best way for me to face the market is I'm not going to trade. I am not going to do any trade today. If the market wants me to put something, it has to show me something good, right? Some area, because what I'm doing here, I am risking something here. I need to measure risk first before placing anything. There's nothing granted here. Nothing granted. Nothing. There's the fact that I saw that maybe I have seen some things that you have not seen. It doesn't make me a good trader. It's one thing making the observations and another thing executing, right? Placing your trades based on your observation. That's a completely different thing. As I say, being able to do this observation doesn't guarantee success on anything. Okay, I hope this helps. If you have any questions, again, just let me know anytime. You can post any comment on YouTube, on Twitch, or you can send me an email. You have seen my email there. The Discord is, we are very few people here. This is not my business here. I have used this Discord, the stream, okay, as a tools here, right? And what is the reason for to do these things is to remain focused in the market. Okay. Writing these comments or observations here, I'm not just having it in my brain, my main mind, right? Like a living thoughts there. By materializing them through writing, helps to activate. It really helps. It really uses another part of your brain that helps. That's what I found. I was thought that was going to that how it is, and then I discovered that there were people that talk about this were right. You know, professionals, traders, psychologists, they talk about this all the time, and it is true. It is used for therapy as well, and the stream talking about what's happening also helps. Sometimes it more than once it actually got in the way, and that's why I'm not doing much. For example, when unfortunately, for people who can see, unfortunately, when I can see maybe something's going on, I don't do that because it removes. I cannot focus on those things. That's not my business. The stream is not my business. What I try to do is actually trade. But I'm trying to find a way to do it. I really like the way, the way how Tom Hogarth, the author of The Best Loser Wins, has set his streams, right? He does something there, but the way how he does is he ignores everybody, and he just films himself doing the trade. As you can see, it's super boring, and that's trading. That's how trading actually is. Trading is super boring because you are seated in front of your screen for hours, days, until something happens, and you see an opportunity. Okay? I would Trading Tom is his website, his YouTube. I would never trade. I will never trade like him. I think he's a good trader. It's not my style. I am more. I decided to be more like Jim. I consider for my type of personality, for the type of person I am, this is better for me. And I suggest you also do the same. You need to get to know yourself so you can find something that fits your persona. All right. And at the end, we all do the same thing. We all see the same things, but depending on what kind of personality we have, we will find a way to trade. I am finding right now, for example, but that for my way of trading, believe it or not, I am starting to like CRM better than window trade. Okay, and that's because it's just my time frame. I may do the same thing as John, than Jim, the same thing as Tom, but we all have our own ways to do this thing. One of the things that I also look, or people I look at, unfortunately he has passed last year, is Tom's mentor. I don't know what's his name, man. I guess let me see if I can find some shorts here. What is history? Oh, I like this. This was what's the name? This he also passed. Okay. I am deviating the what I've done. Where is this guy, man? Him here. Well, this is so good. This let me see. I'm going to hear you this, what he says. But to get to this point is a long way, man. It is a long way. All right. Just take a.
This room is 8 to 13 trades away from the trader you want to be. But very few people get there because they don't adhere to the one system until that neural pathway is built. Sit down, put together a fairly simple system, adhere to 1 to 2% position sizing, and then the real work starts. of being able to follow that system through thick and thin. So that's the process if you want to be successful, folks. Everybody in this room is 8 to...
This is really, it is really simple to, very simple things to hear, but it's extremely hard to get to that point, because what gets in the way is yourself, right? And throughout history, you will hear very smart people, very notable people, very successful people talking about that the worst enemy of oneself is just yourself. If you can get to know yourself, you can dominate yourself, you will dominate your worst enemy. Alright guys, I hope you have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Hey, hell, I'm sorry, man. I didn't. I was just so focused on the stream here. I didn't see your chat, man. I apologize for this thing. I did take one trade actually, just one. And when this market couldn't take this area down here from this, this profile here. It is very hard. It was very hard to doing it with straight futures. As I say, it is the best way. Believe it or not, for years having hard times using options, is paying off now. It's a good time. It's a good time to trade with options. It is very hard to learn though, to learn the dynamics of options as well. The spread was crazy wide as well. Very risky trade as well. I hope you have a good day. As I say, it's not easy. It has not been easy. I don't think anybody will say it has been an easy day. All right. Oh, I was talking about before closing. This is the Discord. Oh my wow. Hey, hell. I just saw your message. Was too focused. I cannot do two things at the same time. Only one trade. Base it on overnight dynamics, and bigger time and yearly, monthly, weekly, daily time frame charts. All right. Okay, guys. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Oh, come on. One invite. If any of you, I cannot promise anything here. If any of you wanna join Discord, as you can see, what you can see here is what it is in there. There's no more. But you have it right there, okay? If you have any problems, just send me a text message on YouTube or hit me an email. I'll be there to answer. Okay, guys, have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Hope I can see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.